Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I am going to be showing you the split negative technique, which has been around a really long time, but I certainly haven't done it in a very long time. So I thought it would be fun to play with. Get that out of the way. Hello, Sonia. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Nikki and Paula and Joyce. Glad you guys could be here today. Yeah, so I'm going to do this technique. I've got this big tree stamp from Rooted in Nature, and I've gone ahead and I've mounted it on my Stamparatus because we're going to be stamping it a couple times, and I want it to be able to line up exactly. So I've got two different pieces of cardstock. One is white and one is soft suede, and I think we will start with the white, and I'm going to ink up the stamp in Versamark, which is our clear, very sticky ink, and I'm going to go over that with my soft suede. Now, some of the Versamark transfers onto the soft suede. It won't matter at all, but it will mean that this image will be sticky enough to take embossing powder, which is what I want to do. So there we go. And I'm going to bring in clean off the stamp, and I'm going to bring in embossing tools. So this one's the clear embossing powder, and if I move really quickly and use just a colored ink like the soft suede, it is wet enough that it will take embossing powder, but the Versamark, there's no doubt, and you can see that that embossing powder is stuck on that image. And now what I will do is bring in my heat tool. To protect my fingers, I use something to anchor this piece down. And now, whoops, sorry about that. Like I said, to anchor this down and then heat this with my heat tool. And I can see that the powder is melting. You can see that too. It gets dark and glossy. And there we go, beautiful. Okay, we'll move that aside for a moment. Let's see if we can avoid knocking over the camera again. Make sure everything is, I'm gonna hit this again right up in this corner. It melted, but it didn't get glossy, so it needed just a minute more. There we go. Set that one aside. I'm going to bring my stamp back in. And this time I'm going to ink it up in just the Versamark. And I have a piece of soft suede cardstock cut exactly the same size. And go ahead and stamp that on there. Yep. And bring my embossing back in. And this time I'm going to do white embossing powder. I know it looks the same as the other one, but it's actually labeled, so I know. And again, we will hold it down and heat it up. Ooh, see the magic? I've been doing this, what, over 15 years, and it's still exciting every time. Every time it melts, it's very fun. Okay. So, we've got 2 of these now. They are opposites. And now, here comes the split part. So I know these are 10 centimeters. So at 5 centimeters, I'm going to chop and chop again. And they should now do like so. Hey, Renata. So I'm going to bring in some sticky tape because I think that's the easiest way to get these spliced together and manageable. And I have some layers for them. Now, I pre-planned this, but of course you can't see it until you actually do it. So I want to see if I like the vision in my head is matching the vision on the paper. Or if it's all just too matchy-matchy. I'm thinking I like this. I'm going to do a little bit of playing with some ribbony things to see if I want to add it. Definitely not that. Thinking it'll be a no, at least on these. Part of my thinking was that these would be pretty good masculine cards. Just thinking about doing a little more tape on these to So I'm thinking about popping them up, but I don't want these layers kind of floating around separately. I think maybe what I want to do is add some texture to that white panel. That helps that, have it popped up a little bit. I will be right back. I'm going to run this through an embossing folder. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Yeah, that helped. Can you see the difference? Okay. Come on. Okay, there's one. And for this one, do we want to do it exactly the same way? I'm thinking about putting a sentiment down here. Hang on one second. Oh dear. Yeah, I always had something in mind, but then have trouble tracking it down, which is annoying. I think we'll just do this simple happy birthday. You guys are being very quiet today. Glenn took Noah into the, well, I was going to say into the office, but actually across the street to the coffee shop to have a work-related meeting. Okay, there's my happy birthday. And I'm going to run this through the embossing folder in addition. I do like that texture with this. Okay, so there's that with a happy birthday. And I liked it popped up, so we're going to add some more tape. If I was going to just glue this down flat, I wouldn't bother adding more tape because it would just be glued flat. But since it's popped up, I want that seam to be as closed up as possible. Get this glued in. Very, very quiet over there. Here we go, one with and one without a sentiment. And I have an idea for another one, but I haven't done any of the pre-cutting. So, do you guys want to see me start from the beginning? Or should I leave it here? Yes. Nikki says yes. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of these. Bring in some Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to get rid of that one. Bring in another panel. So you're going to get to see the whole thing from the start, including how I'm figuring out what sizes to make and everything. So this is going to be a lot more draggy in terms of timing. Aside, because again, I'm going to use this image from Garden Wishes, and I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss as my color. That's what I know. I've had a few ideas about how that could go, but that's it. So to start with, I'm going to see how big this image is. So I'm measuring, and remember, I work in centimeters here in Australia. Y'all can work in inches in North America, or wherever you, if you prefer. So I'm leaving a 1/2 centimeter border around, so that means I'm going 6.5 by what? That's 10. 6.5 by 11, let's say. So I'll need some Whisper white, sorry, basic white, that size. So six and a half by 11 in basic white. Let's double check. Yes, that works pretty nicely there. And then the same in Blackberry Bliss. Okay, and cutting accurately is important because clearly we're making because we want to split it and put them together. They have to be the same size. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then this is my second card base. Not there, it's not. Yes. Why does this look wrong? Okay. 2 Blackberry Bliss card bases. 2 of the split panels. What did I say this was? This was, oh, come here. 6.5 by 11. So I want this to be 7.5 by 12. And 7.5 by 12. I'm just catching up with the comments. Nikki, how can you be tired? You don't change. Okay. And then I have these pre-cut. So let's see how we go with this. So one of the things I do is I take my, not those, this one, the ones I'm going to stamp on. I put it up in the corner and then I just outline with a pencil where it's going to be. And it's very light, but that's going to help me figure out my placement for the stamp. And I could do it just on the cardstock, but this actually lets me sort of count grid marks. and do a test stamp, because my sticker placement could be off a little bit. It is not unheard of for the stamp to be off from the die cut, you know, not evenly centered within the die cut. So I like to test it. It also gives me an idea if there's any places on the stamp that need a little more attention from the ink pad. That happens sometimes. So I'm just looking, here's my lines. That's looking pretty good. So clean off the stamp. And I could just stamp the color without it being glossy. But since the white's going to be glossy, it's nice for the color to be glossy as well. So all of this back up into the corner. I'm going to ink up with Versamark. Blackberry Bliss. Oh, there's a smudge on there. Well. Okay, and remember we're gonna bring in the embossing. And the clear. Okay, there's the Blackberry Bliss on the white. And now we can go repeat. This time I'm going to bring my embossing buddy in. I didn't the last time. There was a little bit of white speckle, but not much. I'm going to take care of that. The embossing buddy is a powder in a little sack, and it eliminates oil from fingerprints, static electricity, so I'm not sure how well that did. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that it's on the Stamparatus to be able to stamp it one more time. Probably was fine, but let's be sure. Yeah, that's definitely inky. So it just makes it so that the white embossing powder is not going to stick anywhere that doesn't have the Versamark. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought as I'm working here. Yep. Just a few flecks there. Go. So much fun. Okay. So again, I said this was what, 6.5? Now we got to do our splits. If it's 6.5, it means it's 3, 1, 2.5. Half. Oh, stay straight. 3, 1, 2.5. Stay. There we go. Felt for a second like it hadn't fully done its thing. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's one. And there's two. I think I like that one even better. What's not to like about purple, right? Come on, let's line all the way up. I'm still doing this in a couple pieces of tape because a long piece of tape, it's going to be harder to manage keeping it aligned. There we go. Now here again is the part where I have some ideas, but I haven't seen it all laid out, so I'm not sure how well the ideas are going to work. Yeah, this would work with like any color combo. I think would be pretty cool. So I'm just thinking here about how I might integrate some of of this ribbon. Whether I would do a sentiment like that or across here on a strip. Or leave them as is. Yeah, Blackberry Bliss. There's a reason I chose it to be part of my logo colors. All those years ago when it was an in color. Well, maybe we'll try this a couple different ways. But I do think I am going to, well, let's think this through. Yeah, I'm gonna go put some texture on this piece. I'll be right back. Well, we could be kind of crazy here too, couldn't we? And it's kind of fun. Okay. Yeah, I like the texture. It does, it adds, it just adds to it. You can see that's just very flat. And just all of this adds good stuff. It's like adding the dimensionals too, just having that little bit of change in height adds so much too. I can hear Glenn's bringing Noah back. Now the question is, go like this, come here, Go through. Here's one. And let's see what else we do on the other one. It's better. Let the other bit go. There it is. And what should we do on this one? I'm just playing for a minute, see what I think. This one we could do the sentiment. We could go cattywampus. I keep going back to that, don't I? Hello. Thank you.
I'm sorry, you're filming, aren't you?
I am.
Bye-bye.
So we're still trying to figure out here. Oh, you can't quite see that, can you? Oh, speak up. Yep, but I think once more we'll do some texture. Let's see. Want to do it like that? Yeah. I don't know who makes these dimensionals for Stampin' Up, but if I bought individual stocks, I would buy stock in them because we all use a lot of them. And I had thought come here. And grab the punch. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Ugh. What am I gonna do here? Yes, this is the story of my life. A little narrower strip. I have so many gazillion strips of paper from trimming down into little panels that there is never a shortage. Okay, but this one I wanted, see how it's narrower? Because I'm going to force it in the punch that I want to use. So this is going in from the back side of it. Instead of going in like this, where it's, I don't know if you can see that, it's just too tight. So, because this is a pretty close fit, I can kind of force it in the back end, the back side of it, and get the effect I want. Really, I can, and I will. Just gotta. There we go. Shove on in there. Oh, mostly, maybe close. Okay. Was it worth it? Do I want to use it? Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, somebody said I like off kilter. Yes, I do too. I'm going with that. Ah, I hadn't put that one down yet. Here are my minis. There we go. A little funky, but that's okay. The whole thing is being funky. No, 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 no. That's better. You would like a ladybug on it. I think that's a great idea, Nikki. Let me find my ladybugs. Here we go, ladybug trinkets. I think on both of them, yeah? I was also wondering, I had one made up out of this and I think I used it on another project. Do we want the little bow there? You see the ladybugs? Ladybug down there. Okay, you gotta tell me what's cute. Like that one down there, I think. Like the ladybug on the flower. So this one's on the flower. You want this one on the flower too? On that one? Okay, ladybugs here? Yes or no? Okay. This Blackberry Bliss bow or no? Obviously, I would put it on and trim it off. And got one yes for the bow. Okay. Nikki says yes on bow, not ladybug on left, Blackberry Bliss. You mean not here? You want it like on the other one over there? Ladybug on left white paper side. You like it better on the large flower, okay. Okay, so there's that. And we'll do the same thing on this side, yes? There we go. You like those two? I feel like this one needs happy birthday too. It's not straight. Yeah, no, these are Ladybug trinkets. They're part of the suite of products. Which is, my goodness, I need to WD-40 this case. Okay, how can you make that not straight in little a cut? What do you think? I think it's better with. I could color them red. They're brass. You like it with the sentiment or without the sentiment? With. Oh, definitely color them red. Yes, they can still be colored. Okay. Let's see if I can do it without messing anything up. Now that I've stuck it on there, maybe it'll come off. Ah, yes. Good thing about embossing powder. Definitely color them red. Okay. Nothing like peer pressure, huh? So now you don't like it with the red? I can take it off. I can put on. Okay. Now I'm confused. Some people like them red. Some people don't. Here's it back. Not red. See, is it? What do you think? One of each. Okay. Because I can take that red one off and stick it back in my stash. Put a plain one on. The red looks good up close. Yes. Should I make them both red? One or two. Red. It could be an icky Japanese beetle. Okay, we'll have fun and make them both red. There we go. Now they are both red. So we've got those two, which are all blinged out. And these two, which are quite plain. We get them all in the frame? Yes. Yes, they really look like ladybugs now. So, you're just gonna stay quiet? You like them plain? Well, you can make yours how you like, Nikki. How's that? Okay, well that's the split negative technique. You can see you can pull out all kinds of images to do that with. As I'm taking input from my non-Stampin' friends and my Stampin' friends. And yeah, we'll be back same time, same place next week. Nobody's changing clocks in the next week, so. Oh, this one needs something? Oh, we didn't ever figure out if that was going to have its. What did I do with the sentiment? Probably threw it away. Be around here somewhere. Or I'll make another one. Or I'll leave it plain. Okay. This one needs something, huh? Yeah, I'm still going to leave it because it might be a sympathy card at some point. And I can do a sentiment over top if I need to. Okay, like I said, same time, same place next week. And thanks for joining me today. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.